Thank you, Devin. And tomorrow, October 29th, is National Stroke Prevention Day. And here to tell us more about this important topic of the stroke, it's Nurse Christina Paris. Thanks for joining me this morning.
Hi, I'm glad to be here.
Bright and early, always a pleasure.
Right.
And, you know, it is Halloween week as well.
Yes,
So
yes.
Lots of fun, spooky stuff.
Looking forward to that.
But let's get right into it this morning. We're talking about strokes. So what causes a stroke, and are there different types of strokes as well?
So what causes a stroke is basically it's damage to the brain due to a lack of blood flow. And yes, there are different types. So there's different things that can cause this lack of blood flow. One of them can be leaking of a blood vessel. Or an aneurysm, which is a weakness of a blood vessel that ruptures, or a clot. You can get blood clots either from like the carotid artery, plaque breaking off and going up into the brain, or from other major arteries. Yep.
Yeah, so these are some serious things when you're not getting enough blood up there.
Right, absolutely, and it's very much needed for brain function.
My goodness. So what are some of the symptoms of a stroke? I'm sure we all kind of in our mind have an idea of what a stroke looks like, but what are we going to be looking for?
So there is this acronym, and it's called BFAST.
Oh, BFAST.
Yes, and we'll go through the acronym. So the acronym, it stands for, you want to watch for balance. So person might have trouble standing or walking. They might just slump over in their chair. It's a weakness to one side of the body that causes that. Eyes, they may have vision problems. I had a patient call and he said he was reading the paper. All of a sudden, he lost his vision.
Oh, wow.
And that was, he was having a stroke. Facial drooping. So you get numbness to one side of the face, and it will look kind of like it's drooping. Arms might droop or drift down. Your speech, sometimes they're talking, they're making absolutely no sense. They're not able. And then time. You want to notice what time these symptoms started. This is really important if it is a ischemic stroke, so one where the blood clot, because what they'll want to do is give you medication to break up that blood clot, but they can only do it in a certain time frame window, a 3-hour window. So you want to note the time that the symptoms started so that they can address that.
That is good to know. So what are some long-term complications here when we're looking at strokes, and some preventative measures as well to avoid these sort of long-term effects?
Absolutely. First off, if they think you're having a stroke, they want you to go to the ER. It is a life-threatening emergency. Even if these symptoms happen and then resolve, it's still, people who have strokes are more likely to have another stroke. And sometimes as they have more of these strokes, they can become worse. So an ischemic stroke, or the clot, 85% of strokes are that. Only 15% are the hemorrhagic. So it's treatable if you get to the hospital on time or in a timely manner. They'll do a CT scan, they'll do blood tests, and they'll check to see, did you have a stroke? And then, yes, there's treatment. So they'll give you medications. They can stop the bleeding. Sometimes they have to go in and do a surgical intervention if it's a hemorrhagic or bleeding type of stroke. Sometimes they just want to rest the brain and let your body reabsorb the blood, and reducing the pressure is the goal of that. And so, high blood pressure is a cause, smoking is a cause, and there's different medications and stuff. They'll give you, of course, maintaining good blood pressure by taking your blood pressure medications, reducing cholesterol or plaque buildup in the arteries by taking cholesterol medication. And then if you have a stroke that's the clot, they may put you on anticoagulation therapy, like either an aspirin or something like a Pixaban or Coumadin for long term. And of course, quit smoking if you smoke. Make sure you're taking your medications. Keep a healthy weight, making sure you're staying active. Even in the winter here, we've got those big box stores. We've got the Fleet Farm and the Walmart, and so places where you can
Stretch your
Menards.
legs.
Yep, you can get out and do some laps around
And the
those
Hodag
stores.
Dome as well.
Yeah, true. Good point.
Yeah,
Good
go to your
point.
school gyms. I know they usually have indoor walking tracks as well.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff you can do to get out and get active and keep moving.
Absolutely. And nutrition. So reduce any fatty foods. I know we all love our fish fries.
We do.
And French fries and bar food is really big up here. But if you can minimize some of that, incorporate more salads, more green leafy vegetables, add broccoli to your dinner, things like that can help. And eat things like lean chicken and pork. Those can be less fattening and so can improve all that too.
Well, those are good tips, and hopefully we can keep ourselves upright and moving, and in a healthy condition.
Yep, and if you have any symptoms or you're concerned at all, please call your healthcare provider or go in and seek emergency care.
Well, thanks so much for telling us about this.
Yeah.
We always appreciate your time, but we're going to be right back with your morning dose of What's Trending.